there. I am so glad you are back again. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Well, today we're going to do the armadillo. This one is so much fun. Painted, collaged, oil pastel, color pencil. It looks great no matter what you choose, even in just plain pencil. So let's get started. You're going to use your pencil. I'm going to use the Sharpie. On this fella, we are definitely starting with the eye first. And since his head is over here in this area, we're going to start by making a teardrop shape right here for the eye. Curve down and up. Make your little circle. Shade in all around. Do you remember what that little white spot's called? That's called a highlight. That's where the light shines. Now go look at someone's eye and see if you can see the little light shines of white coming out of their eyes. Now this fellow, he has scales around his eyes, and so we're just going to make little boxes. Angle line, angle line, angle line, just little boxes. We're going to go around, and even if you make yours big, I don't want you to worry. And if you make your art so big that it goes off the page, don't worry, that's fine. We learn, it's okay. We all learn from mistakes, and I wouldn't call that a mistake. You're just enlarging, and it's okay to do that. Okay, so here's his eye. Down, down, down with our finger about right here. We're going to put a little tiny teardrop shaded in. That is his nostril, where he breathes his air. Then we're going to come over here and go up and put our pencil. See that mark? That's where we're going to begin in one of his ears. Curve up and over, angle, curve back. We're going to put a little line like this just to show that he has a little shadow going on inside here. And sometimes I'll do little line down or angle lines like this to show shadow. Whatever you want is fine. This is going to help us get his head in. We're going to start right here next to it, to the ear we just made. We're going to angle away, then start to curve and come down towards that circle, that little point, but we're not going to touch it. We're going to stop right on the other side of it though. Then we're going to put our pencil right there, come down and up a little bit and then over. Before we finish the head and get the other ear in, we're going to build his body. And we're going to start right here. We're going to make a big hump that comes down and stops about right here. I like to know where I'm going, so I hope that helps you too. Pencil here, curve up, over, and stop. Now we can build his other ear, and this other ear looks nothing like the first ear. So we're going to make a little angle line. We're going to come up, turn back, and we're just sort of wiggling back down. I told you it doesn't look anything like it. Now he has some really interesting shapes and scales on top of his head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these little boxes like this, starting at the ear, and I'm going to get very close to the eye, but I'm not going to touch the eye. And if I do touch the eye, don't worry, we'll just make it work, right? And I'm going to have it go, and they can be circles, they can be long, short. Imagine your tiniest Legos being put together. And we're going to stop above the nose. That kind of helps to know. Now everything on top of here is just going to be shapes. They're blotches. They might be squares or circles. They can be any kind and any size shape you want. And I want you to just quickly fill in this space. Notice how when I go off the page right here, I just do part of it. So it looks like it's going around on the other side of his head. Any shape's going to do. any shape. So just have fun with this. And when it comes time to coloring, you can make them look like jewels if you want. Okay, so there we have the head. Now we need to finish the bottom of his body. So I'm going to bring this part out a little bit, and then I'm going to come up and just end up here where we ended up the back. Oh, I've enlarged again, so guess what I get to do? I get to show you how to make the tail on some other paper. This happens to me all the time, but I don't mind. Okay, before I do that though, I'm going to finish this here. So that's what I mean. If all you have is this much and you can't get the rest in, you're going to be fine. But if you do have more paper space, let me show you what to do. You're going to take your pencil here and you're going to make a curve down and curve up. Looks like a stretched out letter 6. We're going to move our pencil this way, come close to what we just made, come closer until we end at the tip. Next, we're going to draw lines that curve across, like this. All right, now we have feet to do. We'll start right here, right below the shell. Come down, curve over, come back up. We've got a toe. We're going to then put a claw on that toe. And then one right here, a little curve and a little claw. Right here, a little curve, a little claw, and then another one right here and a little claw. There's one, and then the next one, we're going to start right about here. We're just curving down, wiggle, wiggle, over, wiggle, up and over. This is going to be a big claw. So we're going to come back like this, and once you've done that, you're going to make a little curve like this and come back in. Now he has claws coming out of the bottom of his foot, so I'm going to make a little curve this direction. I'm going to do it again this direction, and then I'm going to do it again this direction. Now, I went off the page to show you that had plenty of room how to do it, but if all you got was this, it's going to be a great drawing. So I don't want you to be worried about it one bit. But those of you that have finished all of this, then keep it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break up his back into 3 segments. One right here, and then closer to the ear on this side, another one like this. What you get to do is decorate one after the other. Now, you can do whatever you want. You can do circles. Sometimes I like to just do these kind of M shapes like this, a cursive M, one right after another, like this. And then if you do that, you can come back on top like this. You can do this same technique on to do fish scales, dragon scales, lizard scales, snake scales, anything you want. Now what usually happens at this point, when we do something over and over and over again, we get smaller and smaller. That may happen. Now they'll create interesting texture if you do that. And if you want to go back to going larger, you can. So you can vary how wide the spaces that you see here are forming. It's okay. There's no right or wrong way. So I'm going to just go on top of the ear. You see how I went right on top of that ear? I didn't go through it. I just went over it because I could. Now I see here I'm going to have more scales up here. Do you see that? I see that. So, what I might do, I might make these a little smaller, just so I can add a few more, and make these a little bigger, so I can add a few more up here. Okay. I think I'm running out of room down below, and that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it one bit. I'm just going to add, whoops, okay. See how I kind of went like this? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put curves. I'm going back up. Now I'm going to go this way. I changed direction. It just helped me. So if you need to change direction, go for it. If you need to move your paper around, you go for that too. I'm not moving my paper because I've got this camera going on, so I don't want to move it. Okay, so I've got this one, and then you can make this different. You can make it bigger. Maybe we can do ovals, or large ovals, one right after the other. Do you know what an oval is? An oval is a squishy, kind of flattened circle. They're very, very useful. Now, with my pen later on, I'm doing it now, but you can come in. If you see little spaces between your ovals and your scales, you can just shade it in black. And there you go. Okay, let me keep going. We may fast forward this part. I don't know yet. But I will let you know. You'll know when you see the video. So you're just going to do row after row after row. And then you just darken in the spots in between. Now, you don't have to do ovals. I mean, you can do other shapes. You can stop if this is getting tiring for you and you want to switch and do something else. You can do that. It's totally up to you. Actually, I think I will. I think I'm going to do a line, and I'm going to shade in black. That's called artistic license. You make a decision, just like that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it different. Okay, so I've got that going. I think I'm going to make something bigger here. And so I've got a black band here. I'm going to make it a little thicker. Okay, now I'm going to go bigger. I want to switch what I'm doing. And I'm not worrying if they're perfect or not. Remember, there's no such thing as perfect. It's just what works for you and your art, okay? I don't know where people get that idea. I've been trying to figure it out, but I haven't been able to find out. But if I do, I'll let you know. And you let me know, because I'd like to find out where that came from. I'm going to reach out and make some big ones here. I have something. Ah ha ha, I knew it. I had folded paper under there. I could feel the bump. When you're working, I want you to work on a very flat surface. There's a reason I have that folded paper. I'll tell you why. It's because I am working with Sharpie, and if you've ever worked with Sharpie before, see I'm shading them in between. I love Sharpie, but it goes right through my paper, and so I have to put several layers down or it'll go onto my table. And so I'm just trying to protect my table below. Sometimes I'm successful and sometimes I'm not. Okay, I think I am going to do one more, and I'm going to be big right here, and then I'm going to be big here, and then I'm going to start to get a little smaller because I want to do something different here. So I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to put my, okay, that gets me going to come in here and shade in all these spots I've made. Sometimes we give up. We go and we look at those spots and go, oh man, I ruined it. It's ugly. Oh, please don't go there. Go. This is what you need to do when you see something. Go, how can I make it work? How can I fix it? Then we can solve the problem, and that is very useful in life, to be able to solve a problem. So let's see, I can fix these areas up. I'm not worried. I may run out of ink again. Okay, so I've got this going here. So I have this band right here, and then I have this band right here. This band right here, I'm going to repeat what I did here. So that's going to be fast and easy. And actually, why don't I do it right now? I'm going to skip over just because I feel like I want to do something fast and easy. And it's okay. You can stop and skip and go on and do something different if you need to. I need to switch my Sharpie out and see if I have one that has more ink in it. I go through the Sharpies a lot. Okay, here I go. We'll be done with this in no time. Okay, I think I'm just going to draw some little spots there. My dog is snoring. He takes afternoon naps. He's an old man. His name's Toby. He's 13 years old. And he snores. Does your dog snore? Okay, here we go. All right, I might just come in and darken some spots there. It's looking good. We're almost done. And then we'll call it quits. All right, we can sign it after this. Yeah, I just might do something. I might just let this be a full page. Okay, so I've got to finish here. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to using the smaller ones. And I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go... And I have a feeling I'll have to add 3 by the time I get to the top. Something kind of like this. I'm gonna, yeah, it just looks like it to me. I'm not too worried. Everything's an illusion here. Okay, there we go. There we go. We did it. We did it. Okay, I'm going to color in between my spots with my Sharpie. And you might want to do that too. I am so proud of you. You stayed with me. This isn't a difficult one, but it can be time-consuming if you're putting all the texture in. Now, if you don't want to do all of this, you don't have to. You could just maybe paint stripes or color stripes, something like that. You know, it's your art. You make the choices of what you're going to do or not do, okay? You have the final say. And so here we have it. We have the armadillo. I hope they don't raid your garden. Can you see? Can you see it okay? There we go. Thanks for joining me. I'm so glad that you came today. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and check me out on Instagram, Heidi's Art Studio. Thank you. Until next time.